When you combine African Americans and diaspora Africans, that unity itself is what's gonna make Wakanda actually possible.
So the topic that we're trying to discuss is whether you identify yourself as being African or African American, and what's the difference with the two?
Okay, well, I would like to, now that I know, identify myself as African instead of African American. I believe that's a title that was just given to us without knowing who we really are, so it takes away from my identity a whole lot. So I'm trying to reconnect with culture and come back in the mindset. So African is who I, identify myself with now, African and American instead of African American.
Okay, so honestly, lately I have not been identifying as African American just because I feel like it is very broad. I know that I am of some African descent, but America has helped to erase our past, so I don't exactly know what I am. I want to take a DNA test to figure out if I'm Nigerian or Ethiopian or Somalian, what exactly I am. So when I check boxes on applications, I put other now. I'm not putting African American, I'm not putting black, because I just don't feel like that is what I am, and that's very broad. And I also feel like when you ask a white person what they are, they don't say I'm white or I'm Caucasian. They say I'm Irish, they say I'm Polish, German. So I want to be able to do the same thing.
Okay, so I want to say from a personal standpoint, I'm literally African American. My mom is African and my father's American. So from a personal standpoint, I would say that yes, I'm African American. And as a generalization, I would have to say that people identifying with being African American would be accurate. If they want to be more in touch with their Afrocentric roots, they can identify as being African as well as American, which is what they are since they were born here. But for the people that are like me and like to only identify with being African, I mean, that's your preference. So I think it basically would depend on what you prefer to be labeled as. But for me personally, I am African American, literally. So yes.
I believe that I'm black. And black only. African American, I wouldn't say I'm African American because I'm not from Africa, and I've never been to Africa, so that's another reason. I'm from New York, and black African American.
Would there be an interest for you to maybe go to trace your roots? Because I'm sure that you've got so much history, especially with Americans, there's so much history in their family tree at all?
Maybe. Probably not, though. Honestly, just no, probably not. I like my country. I mean, there's nothing against African people. I would like to go tour, but I would never probably stay. I probably would never stay.
In African Americans' minds, when you mention Africa, it's like this huge ball of fear just comes up when you say the word Africa, because they've been so brainwashed to believe that Africa is a certain specific type of way. And I think the fear of not knowing is what halts them from not going. When you look at Africa from every angle, could clearly be that. We have the capability, we have the strength, we have the manpower, and collectively we actually have the funding. That is more than possible. And it's all from just basic hustle, because all Africans are born entrepreneurs. Like, if you go to Harlem right now, you're gonna probably see 80 fruit stands, and they're all African. When you combine African Americans and diaspora Africans, that unity itself is what's gonna make Wakanda actually possible. I don't think Wakanda can be built by Africans alone. And I think that the diaspora have to be involved, because the diaspora comes with a different set of knowledge. I think the wealth is naturally spreaded when jobs are created. It's gonna be nothing but job opportunity. And that's from every industry, from education, health, infrastructure, energy, agriculture, you name it. This is our chance to start fresh. I just don't see why we won't take advantage of that.
To me, there's no such thing as a black woman in Ghana. I'm a woman in Ghana. We are all black. I don't see color here because I'm a part of the majority. And I think that's a privilege and a luxury. This place, as in the African continent, specifically Ghana, has restoration for people of color in the diaspora. You know, I want to show people that this is not just an alternative, but a real option to live your life and be successful.
It has its ups and downs, of course, but I love being near the water. I love the peace. Right at that time where we had a lot of killings of black males and black females by the police. Trump was just getting into office. So at that time, my family and I decided that we were ready to come back.
Welcome back home.
Thank you.
What's your local name?
My local name is Kojo.
Kojo.
Monday born.
I'm Kofi. They've been out of the continent for a very long time. They've acquired a lot of knowledge. Africans still need a lot of knowledge to develop it. Yeah, we've seen a lot, so we are happy. And I, for one, I'm happy.
You know, because of our complexion or our accent, some people refer to us as white. You know, they don't know what a black American is.
There's no better place to be for me than on the land of my origin.
Why?
Because I am an African woman.
This place, we started it in around 1995 or thereabout, and there was nothing but coconut trees and high grass here. African Americans are now opening up to the reality that Africa is not a land filled with jungles and people living in tree houses, and you know, people are seeing that there's real development and growth and opportunity going on in Africa.
Hustle and bustle. Right down the street is Oxford Street, the main street where people go out.
My name is Voltaire Exodus, and I'm a consultant, and I'm a founder of the company WeUp. I've been here 5 weeks, and when I hit the ground, I really tried to build my network as much as possible, going out to different spaces and events.
You are new in Ghana, you're not really familiar with the African print, so I'm trying to combine things that you can wear and then wear in Ghana and wear it out there.
For me, being in business, it's an opportunity to be a part of creating a city and a country that's emerging. So living in the US, all of the seats are taken, all the big brands are there, and where here, the cement is wet, and you have an opportunity to create a seat at the table.
Everybody is born with a gift. The question is, how much do you water that seed of potential?
The main differences of my life in Ghana and the US is the peace. Ghana is a very peaceful place. This is where you get comments from your friends like, be safe, right? And they actually live in Chicago, Illinois. There's a lot of violence in the city of Chicago. And so the irony is someone in Chicago is asking me to be safe in a place that's peaceful, but that's partly tied to the imagery that they're fed every day.